We're rolling.
Hello everybody, Gavin McCormack here. Welcome. This week we're going to be talking about glaciers. As you can see right behind me, we are right in front of a huge glacier. Now we're in Spitsbergen in the north of Svalbard in the Arctic Circle. And as you can see behind me, this glacier is absolutely humongous. Glaciers can be absolutely colossal. In fact, the biggest glacier on the planet is in Antarctica. It is 100 kilometers wide. Now, in the last ice age, about 12,000 years ago, glaciers covered about 30% of the land and about 34% of the ocean. That's a very big amount. Right now, in 2022, they cover about 10%, which is still pretty good. And they play an important role in terms of the way that our world works. Now, Jocelyn is here with me again. Jocelyn, hello. Jocelyn is a scientist, which is brilliant because I don't know anything and she knows everything and she's going to tell us everything that we need to know. Now, Jocelyn, my question for you is this. We have an ecosystem here. We have plants, we have animals, insects, we have weather, we have water, we have fish. How important is the glacier in terms of helping all of that survive?
Well, just here locally, as the fresh water is melting, it mixes with the salt water. So there's a zone of mixing right at the face of the glacier, and that helps the nutrients come up from the bottom of the ocean or the fjord here, and that brings little creatures to the surface that the birds, especially the terns, can then dive down and eat. So it's really important to bring food resources. When we were here last week, we had a pod of beluga whales that were socializing and maybe even feeding right along the edge of the glacier, which is pretty cool.
Wow, so without the glacier, in actual fact, we might not be seeing those animals like beluga whales, birds, and those wonderful animals that you're speaking about. Now, the second question is this. I can hear cracking right behind me in the glacier right now. Large noises. What is that cracking noise?
So it just means that the glacier has an active front, so it's getting enough snow up at the top of the mountain to help continue to push the glacier down underneath its own weight down towards sea level where we are. And so it's continuing very slowly to advance and then eventually calve off here into the water.
Wow. Now, the glacier obviously is moving. It's a slow moving river of ice, right? What causes this glacier to move?
Well, enough, as long as it's getting enough snow up top, then that adds more weight to help pushing it down the hill. Sometimes it also can be speeded up which is what we're seeing now, is as things are melting, there's actually a lot more melt water kind of lubricating it or greasing it underneath, and all that water flowing under the glacier and on the surface of the land, like a slip and slide, and it makes it move even faster. So that can make glaciers calve even more, and then we lose even more ice.
Wow. And the glaciers play an important role in preserving the actual climate on our planet. You see, you can see the whiteness of this glacier behind it. It helps reflect the sun's light as it hits it back into the atmosphere, keeping the earth nice and cool. Now this week, what we want you to do is experience and try to investigate a glacier close to you. And you might be thinking, there are no glaciers like that close to me, but there are actually 400,000 glaciers on the planet. In fact, they're on every continent on Earth. And what we want you to do this week is find your nearest glacier, do some research on it, make sure that you understand how it works and what would your local environment look like without that glacier in position. Thank you, Jocelyn, again for your expertise.
Thanks.